Mr. Tajiri, could I have a moment? Certainly. How may I help you? You see, it's about your Pokémon games. One of the types seems to be a little unbalanced. Really? What type could that be? Well, could you give me a brief summary of your thought process when developing ice-typed Pokémon? Yes, since most animals that live in cold terrain have thick skin, lots of fur, or a high amount of body fat, I made a lot of ice Pokémon very bulky, with high HP, defense, or special defense. Either that, or they have an impressive attack stat, reflecting the do-or-die environment they live in, or a balance between the two. Yeah, that's what I thought you said, and I have to say, some of them do have really impressive stats. But sticking with the bulky aspect they're supposed to have, remind me again what ice is weak against. Well, obviously, ice is weak to rock, because if you take a boulder and throw it at ice, the ice breaks. Yes, that makes sense. Ice is also weak to steel, because if you take an ingot and throw it at ice, the ice breaks. Kind of a weird example, but sure. It's also weak to fighting type, because if you take a martial artist and throw them at ice, the ice breaks. I honestly have no idea how you even come up with this, but anyway, that still leaves us with fire. And if you take fire, it melts ice, which makes a total of 4 weaknesses for this defensive type. And to balance it out, you give it what resistances again? Well, obviously there's ice itself. Yes, and that's it. And you don't see a problem with this. What problem? I think we'll have to address this problem some other time then. Anyway, you also mentioned some ice Pokémon being hard physical hitters, right? That is correct. And tell me, what in your opinion are the best ice attacks in the game? Blizzard and Ice Beam, which are special attacks, correct? Exactly. And not physical attacks, correct? Indeed. I see you have a great eye for detail. And how exactly are these physical attackers supposed to have any offensive value if their most powerful options are basically useless? You see, ice is strong against 4 very formidable types, and in order to balance out the great coverage, their offense is garbage. You see, that would make sense if it weren't for the other 4 types it's ineffective against. One of them being water of all types. If anything, shouldn't ice be the type to resist water? I'm pretty sure that other types actually profit more from ice moves than the Pokémon they were actually meant for. At least we moved past Gen 1 where every ice move was classed as special. Don't remind me of that. In any case, could you please make some fixes? Very well. And since you mentioned the water type earlier, I was thinking we could make a move that is super effective against water type Pokémon, instead of being ineffective. Wow, thank you. I didn't actually expect you to go that far so early on. I mean, that alone could give the type some competitive value, and you'll make it a physical move, right? Well... Right...